Welcome everyone to Wednesday, February 17th, 2016, our next division of Learning Services Lunchtime Hot Topics. I'm Scott Smith, not Brad Neuenswander, who is here today listening, who's been on the road. But we have three folks with us today to talk about some issues. And again, this is being recorded, so we hope that these things are being put to good use. Again, it's our attempt to get out to the field information that is important, and we hope we can get it out to you in a timely manner. So without further ado, I'm going to turn things over first to Mr. Don Gifford.
Thank you, Scott. I know we have a few slides to advance through before we get to mine. Brittany Crabtree and I have been working on the Civics Initiative, and so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that today. This is the new board definition of success. Commissioner Watson's Community Conversations tour in the state told us that the single most important interpersonal skill of a successful individual was citizenship, ethics, and duty to others. As a result, the board in January added civic engagement to the college and career definition. The term civic engagement was selected over civic skills because we wanted to go beyond the knowing or the training to the actual doing. The way people learn about civic engagement is to be civically engaged. So there's the definition. Once we identified what the state board wanted, the executive director of the Volunteer Commission of Kansas, Brittany Crabtree, and I crafted this definition. We felt that this definition gets to the essential skills and dispositions we want to cultivate in our students. So the definition is individuals sharing their skills and knowledge through actions intended to improve communities, states, nations, the world, and themselves. We need schools to encourage the creation of dispositions in students to become civically engaged. There's a line from the movie The Breakup where Jennifer Aniston tells Vince Vaughn that she doesn't want him to do the dishes, she wants him to want to do the dishes. We need to create in our students the want to. We also wanted to provide to our students the skills, knowledge, and opportunities to confidently and collaboratively work to solve school and community problems and develop empathy and to give so that others to develop the empathy to give so that they and others might benefit. Kansas is a national leader in volunteerism. According to Psychology Today, a volunteer is happier and healthier. As a matter of fact, when you get to be old, it's better than exercise, which doesn't surprise me at all. Working alongside people who feel strongly about something is a way to develop strong relationships for yourself and others. Volunteering has long been viewed as a way to create new connections, with career opportunities. And by volunteering, you participate in helping society meet the needs of people in all walks of life. And also the very nature of volunteering, which is choosing to work without being paid, puts you in and around people who have a sense of purpose. We have issues that can be addressed in numerous ways by, I'm having a little problem with that slide, but in numerous ways by individuals, schools, businesses, communities, and governments, if we have the will to do so. This will comes from a purpose and a passion for people that regular opportunities for civic engagement can provide. Do we really need to have a conversation about the potential benefits of civic engagement for our kids or our communities or our state, our nation, our world, or our future? We truly do want our students to be thoughtful, informed, and engaged citizens. I don't know where we're going here. All right. Right now, the Civic Engagement Initiative is aligned with this document, which is called the Guidebook to 6 Proven Practices for Effective Civic Learning. We're looking at creating an award for schools who can demonstrate that they are widely using these 6 practices for schools. I'd encourage you to look this publication over. It provides research, instructional examples, and exemplars for successful programs. The publication is online and free. It's also available on my website. And okay, we have these are the 6 practices. High quality classroom instruction must remain the foundation of civic learning. However, classrooms of today are vastly different from traditional settings. These are new and exciting technologies available, so students can participate in more interactive, thought-provoking learning. The second one is to be an American citizen requires a democratic mind. The intellectual ability to entertain contradictory and opposing ideas and hold tentative judgments. Diversity in thought can help students appreciate others' perspectives and understand the value of living in a place where differing views are embraced. Creating a safe environment to have quality, difficult conversations for both students and teachers is important. The third one is making connections between between academic objectives and services to the community can be accomplished in 2 ways. You can start with a service project and then identify the curricular objectives that align to that project, or you can determine specific learning objectives and work with the students to find a service project that will meet those objectives. One of service learning's greatest benefits is that it's malleable and that it can be adapted to fit a variety of ages and disciplines and settings and curricular needs. The fourth one is curricular and extracurricular activities. For many people, participation in extracurricular activities gives them a sense of self-efficacy, feeling that they are part of something important. Young people today have access to a vast array of extracurricular activities depending upon their area of interest. Programs like Read to Kids, yearbooks, school newspapers, blog columns engage students in reading, writing, and general communication skills development. Habitat for Humanity, Rotary Club, Key Club, Scouting, and vocational clubs like FFA or 4-H offer students a chance to work with their peers and community partners in addressing local community needs and aspiration. The arts provide an environment that encourages creative expression. Sports are an opportunity for kids to develop engagement skills not easily replicated in the classroom. 5 is highly developed student government. Students today can participate in school governance in a variety of contexts: student council, youth advisory boards, department and committees. To name a few, many students have good ideas on how to improve schools and communities. They will take action when given the opportunity to make changes that are important to them. Students should be allowed to practice civic engagement within the relatively controlled environment of the classroom and within school walls. Here they can learn the challenges and triumphs, responses and failures. All these varied realities are part of the democratic process. Lastly, provide students with access to simulations of the democratic process. Mock trials and elections are traditionally popular and effective programs for many high school students. They provide many benefits: increased civic knowledge, teamwork, analytic thinking, public speaking, and more. Aside from these established simulations, technology can and does play a meaningful role in the classroom. Students can simulate a professional work environment by trading emails, planning meetings, conducting research. Thanks to programs like iCivics, online games not only offer a wide range of civic learning opportunities, but also provide real-time feedback while grabbing and holding the student's attention. In conclusion, we have a couple of statements. Civic engagement is not just a feel-good element of community life or a benign expression of citizenship. It may also be an effective way to build social capital, valuable skills that can facilitate upward mobility for young Americans, better prepare workers for jobs, and strengthen the economic resilience of the state. Civic engagement isn't about feeling good about yourself. It also builds the social, technical skills that better prepare kids for a successful future. The importance of civic engagement transcends charitable acts of kindness. The skill development, increased content knowledge, and self-empowerment resulting from civic engagement activities foster necessary competence and skills for success in higher education and the workforce. Civic engagement requires increased content knowledge, understanding, skill development, problem solving, and self-discipline. The result of this self-empowerment, confidence, and a willingness to tackle more difficult and challenging tasks. If these statements are true, then this civic engagement initiative will go a long way toward our goal of leading the world to success for each student. This is Brittany Crabtree and my contact information. Please feel free to contact me or Brittany with questions or things that you are currently doing at your school that meet this critical need. Thanks for your time, and I'll now turn it over to Sandy.
Thank you, Don. I'm here today to talk a little bit about an authenticated application called SEEK. SEEK stands for the System for Education Enterprise in Kansas, and then how SEEK and the Kansas Plan to ensure equitable access to excellent educators, how those two, I'll take just a moment to explain how those two are connected. SEEK is okay. I'm sorry. Something has changed here a bit. But I'll continue. SEEK is a system for education enterprise in Kansas, like I said before, and it is an authenticated application. So superintendents need to decide who in their districts should have access to SEEK, and then go into authenticated applications, request approval. Superintendent gives approval, and then it comes up here to KSDE, and then it gives everyone that needs access to this valuable data access. SEEK, once you're in the application, it consists of 3 different tabs: attendance, educators, and college readiness. I'm going to show you just a little bit about each one of those tabs. The first tab is attendance. Data will be sorted by attendance rate, enrollment, and end-of-year accountabilities, head counts by grade and subgroup, and the percent of missed school days. SEEK is unique in that SEEK does not ask districts or buildings to enter any new data. It's not an application that takes any new data. SEEK goes out onto all of our platforms here at KSDE, and it brings data into SEEK to give us ways to look at this data in more interesting and useful ways. So, as in attendance, we can take these 3 subject areas, and we could look at them by parameters. We can see attendance by district, building, school years, grade level, or subgroups. Here is an example of one of our attendance charts. This chart has drilled down from the district to the building, to the grade level, and then all years. So here we can see a single building in a district, their attendance rate from 2005 to 2015, and how it compares to the state rate. This chart drills down from the district to the school year, all grades, and 5% of days missed. So this is going to show us students who missed 5 to 9% of days missed. We can go to 10% and we can go to 25% also. But this chart takes us to the 5%. So again, this is that shows the grades and the percentage of days missed. And we can see on this chart in grade 11, this district might have concerns about how many students are missing 5% of school days in comparison to our state average. The next tab is the Educators tab. And the areas it looks at are the average years of experience of teachers, the equitable distribution of teachers, percent of educators with less than 3 years of experience, percent of educators with advanced degrees, and count of non-licensed teachers. And parameters under educators include the district, the building, and the school year. So an example of this is we're looking at the percent of educators here with less than 3 years of experience. We've drilled down from the district to the building, and we want to look at all years. So we have data from 2006 to 2014. This graph shows the building, the district, and the state of Kansas averages. So in 2014, we can see that this particular building had a percent of teachers with less than 3 years of experience that was smaller than the district, but larger than the state. We can look at the percent of educators with an advanced degree. Here we've gone from the district again to a building, and we're showing all years. It's similar to the chart you just saw. Here we have a district that the district has more teachers. I'm sorry, this flips around on me, and I want to make sure I get this right. This district has a larger percent of educators with an advanced degree than the state does in all years. And the third tab in SEEK is college readiness. College readiness, we have a large variety of data that we compile there. We've got ACT, SAT scores, enrollment rates and locations, retention metrics, remedial coursework at the university level, AP courses taken during their high school experiences, degree completion, STEM versus non-STEM enrollment, and graduate employment in Kansas industry. Now, one caution here is that this only includes Board of Regents schools when you look at this. So that's where we're collecting our data. So that is one caution for you as you look at this. Also, it takes the first college a student enrolls in is the college that's used. So if you have courses for credit in your high school and a student is taking that through, say, Johnson County Community College, that will appear as that student's first college work. So there's some rules that probably need to be worked out a little more carefully, and we intend to do that very, very soon here. College readiness parameters. were too numerous to mention, but I have district, building, school year, subgroups, graduation year, and at the university, we have subject areas. So you can, for say remedial courses, you can break that down in math remedial courses at the university or English remedial courses at the university. Here's an example of ACT scores. Here we've drilled down to the district, then to students that were counted as free and reduced lunch students, and then their composite scores. We could have broken their ACT scores out in English, math, history, and science, but this particular chart is the composite scores. So we can see that in years past, this district has scored slightly below the state average, and in the recent years, they have done something to support their ACT preparation, it would appear, and they've moved above the district average. In this chart, we're looking at remedial coursework. And again, we've drilled down to the district, free and reduced lunches, any subject, that means English and math at the university or college, and it includes 2- or 4-year colleges in the count. The first chart is the percent of graduates taking the remedial coursework, those enrolled. And the second chart here is the remedial courses passed, the passing rate. Okay, ESSA, we all know, is upon us, the Every Student Succeeds Act, and our Kansas plan to ensure equitable access to excellent educators. Sometimes we refer to it as the Kansas Equity Plan. Is certainly a part of the new ESSA. In fact, within ESSA, there are no changes around the equity focus that we've had for about a year now. States are still mandated to implement their equitable access to excellent educator plans. Kansas plan includes professional learning around the SEEK tool, in particular the educator tab that I demonstrated. Districts will be responsible for addressing gaps where economically disadvantaged or minority students are taught at a higher rate by inexperienced, out-of-field, or unqualified teachers than their peers. I'm going to stop here for just a second to stress that bullet. That is really what the equity plan is all about. And it will be the responsibility of each district to dig through their data to make sure that their minority and disadvantaged students are not being taught at a higher rate by inexperienced, out-of-field, or unqualified teachers than the rest of the students in that district. So the SEEK data we showed you on the educator tab is one way to be drilling down into that data and determining if you have that situation in your district. So it's time to start looking at the data. The Kansas plan can be found on the ESSA webpage. There's a link there that will take you to that plan. The plan was approved last September by the U.S. Department of Ed. So, SEEK, it's an untapped treasure trove, and we hope that more and more folks in the field begin tapping in to the data there in SEEK. We are in the process, of course, as we always are, we're in the process of making things better for you, our consumers. So we are in the process right now in developing Seek 2.0 so that we can deliver a better product to you. We can include more data. We can provide you the opportunity to manipulate some of that data yourself. So we're very, very excited about that. So probably sometime during the next school year, we're hoping to roll out Seek 0.2. But the current Seek, like I said, is full of lots of data. If you have any questions around the Seek application or the Equitable Access Plan, please don't hesitate to contact me. My contact information is there on the screen. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over now to your next presenter.
Thank you, Sandy. My name is Lona Rocha, and I'm the AmeriCorps Program Officer with the Kansas Volunteer Commission. Today I will be sharing some information about Kansas Mentors, one of the many programs at the Kansas Volunteer Commission. The Kansas Volunteer Commission, or the KVC, is housed at the Kansas State Department of Education. And together we work to further educational opportunities, volunteerism, and civic engagement for youth and adults throughout Kansas. The mission of the Kansas Volunteer Commission is to empower all Kansans to meet community needs through service, and we do this in three main ways. First, AmeriCorps funding and AmeriCorps members are provided to organizations, school districts, and agencies to support programs related to education, health, environment, and more. Second, the Volunteer Generation Fund increases the number of individuals who serve in meaningful volunteer roles related to science, technology, engineering, and math. And the third program, and the focus for today, is Kansas Mentors. The director of Kansas Mentors, Sherry Fons, is unable to attend today because she's facilitating a STEM mentoring training. But I'm honored to take her place on the call today and share about the great work of Kansas Mentors. Kansas Mentors is sometimes confused with the Teacher Leader Mentoring Program, KSDE's approved formal mentoring program for new teachers and educational leaders. It's important to note that they're actually two different programs. Kansas Mentors is a statewide mentoring partnership that connects existing mentoring programs with each other and serves as a resource center for communities wishing to start a program. As a mentoring partnership, Kansas Mentors promotes mentoring opportunities throughout the state, builds support for these programs, and advances the local mentoring field. All children deserve a caring adult role model in their lives to support and guide them, and the mission of Kansas Mentors is to help make this a reality. With those goals in mind, Kansas Mentor has two focus areas. First, ensuring young Kansans are receiving the highest quality mentoring services, and secondly, recruiting more Kansans to get involved in these efforts. At Kansas Mentors, we work to build the infrastructure necessary to capitalize on today's favorable climate towards mentoring statewide. Our work is focused on supporting the necessary systems for recruiting, training, and supporting mentors in all types of mentoring programs. At its core, mentoring guarantees young people that there is someone who cares about them, assures them that they are not alone in dealing with day-to-day challenges, and makes them feel like they matter. Research confirms that quality mentoring relationships have powerful positive effects on the young people in a variety of personal, academic, and professional situations. Mentoring also has significant positive effects on two early warning dropout indicators, absenteeism and recurring behavior problems. For example, students who meet with their mentor on a regular basis are 52% less likely than their peers to skip a day of school and 37% less likely to skip class. Ultimately, mentoring impacts a young person's personal growth and development and social and economic opportunity. Yet, only 1 in 3 young people will grow up without this critical relationship. As you know, the Kansas State Department of Education has set a new vision for Kansas education, where Kansas will lead the world in the success of each student. Kansans are demanding higher standards in academic skills, as well as employability and citizenship skills. This new vision calls for a more student-focused system that provides support and resources for individual success and will require everyone to work together to make it a reality. Mentoring is a key strategy to help KSDE's vision happen. Mentors can help youth learn how to set goals for their personal lives, their careers, and more. Young adults who face an opportunity gap but have a mentor are 55% more likely to be enrolled in college than those who did not have a mentor. In addition to better attendance and a better chance of going on to higher education, mentored youth maintain better attitudes toward school. Kansas Mentors can support schools, teachers, and education programs in a number of ways. First, Kansas Mentors serves as a resource center for existing mentoring programs and communities interested in starting a mentoring program. We have worked with many schools to develop a school-based mentoring program, and our focus on high-quality, evidence-based mentoring services are reached through a quality assessment and improvement process. We help programs identify gaps in their programming, and many schools throughout the state have already participated in this quality assessment and improvement process. At Kansas Mentors, we also work to raise awareness about the importance and value of mentoring through annual campaigns. Our most well-known campaign is Coaches Challenge, a somewhat friendly competition among participating states to see who can recruit the most mentors. Since the beginning of Coaches Challenge in 2008, Kansas has recruited over 28,000 new mentors. And every January, National Mentoring Month gives us the opportunity to recruit new supporters and volunteers, celebrate the mentors, and honor the importance of quality mentoring programs. Kansas Mentors can also help create new mentoring programs. Kansas Mentor partners with any youth-serving mentoring program in the state of Kansas, as long as their program model aligns with the Council of Mentors' definition of mentoring. Partner programs have the opportunity to take advantage of free technical assistance and support, and Sherry Fons, the director of Kansas Mentors, is certified to deliver a number of evidence-based, nationally accredited trainings to the mentoring field. These trainings, offered free of charge to partnering programs, help programs lay a solid foundation, understand how to serve a diverse youth population, and develop strategies to keep youth and mentors safe. Kansas Mentors also helps programs and potential mentors connect to existing programs in the state. Currently, Kansas Mentor partners with over 150 mentoring programs, representing all Kansas counties. Our top priority is to keep youth safe, and we do that by better equipping mentoring programs with evidence-based tools and practices. One of the keys to the success of Kansas Mentors is the focus on community collaboration. We often receive phone calls from folks who are interested in starting a mentoring program, and one of our first questions is if they've already communicated with existing programs in the area. And we have found that entities who collaborate with their mentoring initiatives in the community have greater success. I've often heard Sherry say, anyone can be a mentor or start a mentoring program, but not everyone can do it well. There's a common misconception that it's simple to manage a mentoring program or it doesn't take much time or resources. However, research tells us that mentoring, when done wrong, causes more harm than good to the child. Mentoring programs must avoid introducing youth to adults who are inconsistent and unreliable. At Kansas Mentors, we focus our work on preventing this from happening by educating our stakeholders about the components of a high-quality, high mentoring program, and the results of successful mentoring relationship are noticed by the youth, the mentors, the programs, and the communities. Oftentimes when we give presentations about Kansas Mentors, one of the first things we hear is, "That's Coach Snyder's thing, right?" Well, yes, Coach Snyder has been an influential champion and advocate for mentoring in our state for over 50 years. In 2008, he and former Governor Kathleen Sebelius created Kansas Mentors with the hope to close the mentoring gap in our state and help youth reach their full potential. He is committed to ensuring that all young people have the resources and support they need to be successful. Coach's personal goal for Kansas Mentors is to help every school in the state of Kansas create or enhance a school-based mentoring program. You may be surprised by the number of opportunities available to you already, and where opportunities do not exist, Kansas Mentors can help fill the gap. If you are interested in learning more about how Kansas Mentors can help the youth in your school reach their full potential, please contact us today by email at mentor@ksde.org. Thank you for giving me, Kansas Mentors, and the Kansas Volunteer Commission the opportunity to share about the resources available to you.
Well, thanks everybody. Didn't have a lot to share today, but just some important stuff that we felt that maybe a lot of people across the state either weren't familiar with or just need to be reminded of. Again, please, if there's topics that you want us to address or things that you just need some updates or even anything that you might need when you're sharing with your teachers or your staff, send us an email. Lunchtime hot topics, or you can always just email me. But our goal is just to try to every other week get some information out to you, especially as we move forward this next spring with the state board's initiatives. For example, like Don Gifford shared with you today, just some information on what the board meant by civic engagement. So we hope everybody has a great week, and we'll have this posted soon so you could show it later. So hope you all have a good week. Bye.